Yeah, through telling time. Brain at work. Brain at work. Yeah, you are all welcome once again to this educational program. Now, first of all, let me give a sincere thanksgiving for those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, which is Truth Telling Time TV. Thank you very much for pushing this message far. Now, what we are coming to address now is Abraham could have considered Sarkodie. Abraham could have considered Sarkodie. Anka Abraham betimi jai Sarkodie. Ne wa ye dia opebia. But you know something? When you don't know, and you know that you don't know, you are a wise person. You can be taught. Okay? But when you don't know, and you yourself, you are not aware that you don't know, you are a fool. Nobody can teach you. So if you don't know and you know that you don't know, you are wise. You can be taught. If you don't know and you don't know that you don't know, you are a fool. That is one. Second, it is easier to wake somebody who is really sleeping. It is easier to wake that person up than to wake somebody who pretends to be asleep. Am I clear? Somebody who is really sleeping, it is easy to wake that person up. But the one who pretends to be sleeping, you will suffer. You can call him, beat him, pour water upon him. The person will not wake up. Because indeed, he is not sleeping. He only pretends to be asleep. Nti dia order no. So be nyane na eyemre. So be nyane dia order che dia or share that say or eden order. Dia ye can say Abraham could have considered Sarkodie. Yen nyina dem dia koso. Our Kingdom Television. Software will say your friend is software Gabriel Sarkodie no. And obeka assembly Abraham okutu lie about Paul. But Sarkodie says, Pastor Sarkodie says, Paul is the flag bearer of Christianity. Paul who doesn't know Jesus. Paul who never fellowship with Jesus one-on-one. When Jesus was going to heaven, according to the New Testament, it is Peter who was called to order. Jesus gave the responsibility to Peter. No. Sarkodie, Pastor Gabriel Sarkodie says, Paul rather is the flag bearer of Christianity. So Anka will ask, then who is Peter? Is Peter the general secretary or minister of information? Let's put this one aside. Let's check Paul. This is what Sarkodie, Pastor Gabriel Sarkodie tried to defend. Through telling time, brain at work. Let's check and see. Pastor, the argument was, Abraham says Paul is a liar. In the book of Romans chapter 11 verse 1 downwards, there Paul says he is an Israelite, he is a Jew from the family of Benjamin. And in the book of Acts 22, Paul says he is a Roman, he is a born Roman. So in another way, he's an Italian. It can be possible. Me, Dakoba talking. I can be a Ghanaian. I'm a born Ghanaian citizen. And I can do dual citizenship. I can do dual citizenship. I can also be a citizen of what? Of, let's say, Germany. But it is definitely impossible for me, Dakoba, to be born Ghanaian and to be born German. This one is impossible. You can be born Ghanaian, but also have a citizenship of another country. That one is on paper. That one is not by birth. But according to the Bible, Paul is an Israelite by birth, and he is an Italian by birth. How possible? Abraham could have considered Sarkodie if he has accepted the very truth. Let's check for the benefit of those who have just joined. Romans chapter 11 verse 1. I ask, then, did God reject his own people? Certainly not. I myself, I am an Israelite, a descendant of Abraham, a member of the tribe of Benjamin. Paul says, I myself am an Israelite, a descendant of Abraham. Yenina yenim say Abraham ene na wo Isaac, ene Isaac be wo Jacob, Jacob ene be wo Reuben, Issachar, Zebulun, Simeon, Naphtali, Dan, Asher, the 12 tribe of Israel. And Paul is saying that he is of the tribe of what? Benjamin, son of Rahel. The last born, Rahel gave birth to two, Joseph and Benjamin. And Paul says he is of the descendant of what? Benjamin. Accepted. So Paul is an Israelite by birth. The same Paul. Act 22. Share. The same Paul. So, Sarkodie, Avram could have considered you. What you say? Now, for the benefit of that, Sarkodie, Mr. Michael Sarkodie, the rapper, be the pombe, Dabi. Aha. 2016, onya do. No. Oh, that's so the Dankrofoka. Yeah. That's so still like you go vote. No. Obanya your phone over. No. Get no, Dabi. And yes, Sakono. And yes, success music. Software Gabriel Sarkodie. Now, once I can. Act chapter 22, the verse number 22. The same Paul. The same Paul. Verse 22. No, but defend it. Anipa say. Men kind of rule me do point now. Why? Verse 22. I say, the people listened to Paul until he said this. But then they started shouting at the top of their voices, away with him, kill him, he is not fit to live. They were screaming, waving their clothes, and the Roman commander added his men to take Paul into the fort, and he told them to whip him in order to find out why the Jews were screaming like this against him. Verse 24. Verse 24. Okay, verse 25. Let's continue from there. But when they had tied him up to be whipped, by birth, verse 26. When the officer heard this, the verse 28, the Roman army officer says, I have spent a large amount of money to become citizens of Rome. And now Paul says, I am a citizen of Rome by birth. So Romans chapter 11 verse 1 going, Paul is a citizen of Israel by birth. And chapter 22 verse 28, the same Paul is a citizen of Italy by birth. How possible? Ladies and gentlemen, this is True Telling Time. Brain at work. Let us meet again. Thank you for subscribing to our channels. Okay? All right.